Hi, my name is Tanya and I'm a sewaholic. Welcome back to my Friday Sews video here on It's So Tanchi, or welcome if you're new on my channel. I am sharing with you, as on most of the Fridays, what I have been sewing this week, what I have been buying or receiving in the post, and also what I am planning on making next week. And this week was more successful in terms of sewing, or more productive, than last week, because last week's Friday Sews was very short, but it was also not the most productive week, but that's completely fine. As I said, life is quite busy at the moment, and I just can't sew as much as I want. Often I'm very, very tired in the evenings, and just want to sit on my couch and read a book and drink a cup of tea, and that's what I do. But I have made 2 garments this week, or if I want to be very transparent, I finished 1 garment and I made one entirely this week. And the one that I finished is the Stella dress by French Poetry, and I will quickly grab it so I can show you. So this here is the Stella dress, and it turned out very, very nicely. I love it. It is exactly how I imagined it. And I love also this beautiful cotton fabric from Hazel's sister that I used for it. And if you have seen my last Friday Sews video, you will know that it was mostly constructed last week, and I just needed to add the finishing touches, and I think it was just stitching down the collar on the inside by hand, hemming the dress, and also adding button holes and buttons. And I have used the stitch on button function on my sewing machine for the first time, and I think I got this sewing machine 3 years ago, and it really does need an update. And I have just now managed to use this function because I was a bit afraid of it, and honestly there was nothing to be afraid of, but it didn't work exactly how I wanted it to work. There were, I don't know if you can see, but the threads are not lying very flat on the button, and I am very sure that was a user error, but it was quite late in the evening and I just didn't have the energy to look up what my problem is, and I am honestly quite happy with how the dress looks. It is buttoned all the way down to the bottom, which I love. This is a full circle skirt, which I also love. And as I told you last week, I opted for elasticated for an elasticated finish here at the sleeves, at the bottom of the sleeves, because there would be a cuff normally, but I just don't like wearing cuffs because I don't think they're very comfy on me. And then I also had to narrow the shoulders a bit here, and then I took out about 3 centimeters in the front bodice because it would have come lower than my natural waist, and that was very much the right decision because now the dress is sitting perfectly on me. And I will insert pictures. Definitely, I have worn it once on Monday, I think, and I felt very good in it. So this dress is definitely one I will make again, and if I have a fabric that I find suitable, I will definitely make it again this autumn, winter probably. It needs 3 meters of fabric, which is quite a lot, and I don't have a cotton fabric in my stash currently that I have 3 meters of, I think. But there may be a viscose, and I may try that. But yeah, let's see. but I really, really like this dress. And then the second garment that I made is made out of a, where do I have it? Here. Is made from a cotton gingham fabric, and I'm not sure if I have shown this fabric to you last week, but honestly I don't think so, because I got it very recently and made it straight up into a mid-axi, I would say, skirt, tiered skirt that I self-drafted. And yeah, it is just honestly the simplest type of skirt, and I wore it 3 times this week. That's how much I love it. It is just super versatile. I'm not normally one to wear monochrome looks or fabrics, but the black and white in this case looks super, like, I don't know, it looks quite autumnal to me, a bit boho is the wrong word, but I styled it with a sweatshirt, a green sweatshirt that is the same green as my nails right now. And I styled it with that, and it's quite oversized. And then I wore some cute socks with trainers. It was quite a cute, a bit preppy look. And yeah, yesterday I just wore it with a t-shirt because we still have very hot days here in Austria, and it is already October, so that's wild. But yeah, I love this one, and as I said, it is self-drafted, but I am thinking about releasing my very first garment pattern on my Etsy shop this winter. I want to bring out a pattern seasonally, and normally at the moment it's bags or home accessories, but I think this skirt would be quite cool as a like self-drafted skirt, and you get all the instructions and details on how to draft it from me. And then you can make yourself a beautiful skirt for Christmas, for example. So that's what I'm thinking about. If you have any thoughts about that, then let me know down below. If you would like to buy the pattern, for example, or if you think that is not necessary, every sewist is able to make a self-drafted tiered skirt themselves. I don't know, just let me know what you think. But yeah, that was my second garment I made this week. And then there were 2 fabrics that arrived this week. It was a pre-order from Bara Studio, which is a German sustainable fabric and pattern company. And a few weeks ago, I think, or was it a month ago even, they posted on their website, or I think they sent out a newsletter, that they have beautiful dead stock fabrics from Italy and that we are able to pre-order them now. And of course, I had a look at the fabrics and I fell in love with 2 of them. I bought them straight away and they arrived about a month later, which was today, so perfectly in time for me to share it with you, or share them with you. So they arrived in this very nice little box, and then they're always beautifully wrapped in tissue paper with a little sticker. And the fabrics that I got are very much for my winter wardrobe. So I think I won't even sew them up now in autumn, but more when we are going towards the winter and the cooler months. And they're quite plain for me, but I think they will be fabrics when they are made into garments that I will wear a lot, just because of their plain and classic nature. And I will show you them now. And because I think this will be quite rustly, I will probably cut the unboxing part out of the video. Okay, so fabric number 1 is a beautiful camel colored suiting fabric, and I got 1.5 meters of this one. As I said, it is quite plain. It is just a yeah, a solid colored suiting, but it feels very, very soft, like super soft. I don't know the exact composition, and I think it didn't say on the website just because it is dead stock, and obviously Bara Studio probably doesn't know themselves what the composition of the fabric is, but it feels almost a bit like wool, maybe there is some wool content in it, maybe it is just very soft cotton, I don't know, but the fabric feels a beautiful, beautiful quality. I love it very much, and this one is destined to become a pair of wide leg trousers, and I am planning on making the Peaches trousers by Fiber Mode. They are a tried and tested pattern for me. The only thing is I will probably try to take out 1 or 2 centimeters of the rise in the front, because I realized on some of my pairs the rise is just a bit too big for me and it hangs a bit too low, if that makes sense. So I will try to adapt that so that I have a beautiful pair of camel wide leg trousers that I think will look quite classy, can be worn with t-shirts, jumpers, turtlenecks, blouses, anything really. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to making these up. And then the second fabric is a stunning fabric, and it said on the website it is a wool, but I'm not sure if it is pure wool. And it is this, I think they called it a classic Glen check fabric. And I just love this kind of checkered pattern. Again, black and white, which would normally not be something I go for, but in this case, it just reminds me of a very classic British blazer, or blazer suit even, or I don't know, skirt. And I only got 60 centimeters of this one. It was quite expensive from memory, but I think it was even like around 30 euros per meter, but I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But as I said, I got 60 centimeters, and that is because I know I want to make the Agnia skirt from Vicky Sews out of this one, and I only need 60 centimeters. It is a beautiful, fully lined mini skirt, and I made it once in a wool fabric, which turned out great. And I think it will look amazing in this very, very beautiful wool fabric. And again, it just feels so luxurious. It is a bit scratchy, and that's why I think it could be pure wool, but it will be a line skirt, so it won't touch my skin. That's completely fine, but I just think it is such a luxurious fabric, and I love that. So yeah, that was my fabric haul from Bara Studio, and it was a successful one, I would say. And then just another little sewing related purchase this week was made yesterday, and it is a book. As you probably know, I am a big reader, and I was in a little independent bookstore here where I live. I love this bookstore. It is so cute, and they have the best selection, and they even had a sewing related book, and it is in German, but it is a Merchant and Mills book, and it is their basics of sewing. So in German, it is just Grundlagen des Nähens. And I fell in love with it because of the very cute design. Um, the cover is super like fabric-like, and I think it is probably like a linen fabric or something they used for the book. And it is just, I love the Merchant and Mills aesthetic in general, not so much their pattern aesthetic. I love it, but it's just not for me. But I love their aesthetic of all their haberdashery and also their books. and inside it is just very, very cute, also very well written and described. And when I bought this book, the lady at the checkout, she said, wow, that's a beautiful book and looks so nice. And we talked about the book a bit, and I said, yeah, and I really love the other book, the pattern book that you have here. And she told me that a lot of sewists bought that already, so people who are obviously already sewing. And then I told her, yeah, I do sew a lot as well, but the patterns are not my style. And then she looked at the book and she looked back at me, probably because I just bought a book that is the basics of sewing, and you would think that a person who sews a lot knows the basics of sewing. And I didn't want to explain to her, and I think she wouldn't have even been interested, but it was just quite funny. I just bought this because I think you can never know everything, and there's always something to learn, and this is just a very cute little addition to my sewing books. And I found that there is even my vintage Singer sewing machine in there as an example, and I forget how to thread it, and on the second page they explain how to thread my vintage Singer sewing machine. So that's definitely a win, and I'm very much looking forward to cozying up with a cup of tea, lighting a candle, and reading this book, or just going through it and learning something about sewing. So that was everything that I bought, and the last part of this video will be my plans for the next week. And I have one definite plan that I will probably already make today, and that is another Naya t-shirt, and this one is already cut out. I cut it out a few days ago, and then I didn't have enough energy to sew it up, but I cut it out of this very nice striped jersey. And I thought it was a modal jersey, but I think it is just a very lightweight cotton jersey, to be honest. Yeah, and I cut it out. Not much to say about this one. I love the Naya t-shirt, and I will, as I said, probably sew that up today. And then today would have also been the day that my new craft house order would have arrived, but the post lady didn't ring at my doorbell, probably because I had to pay customs, and normally I don't have cash at home, and she just thought it's better to just drop it off at the post office, and I'll pick it up there and pay the customs. So I will probably be able to pick that package up tomorrow. And in there are also a few fabrics. I mean, mostly one fabric that I want to sew up very soon, which is a green cotton jersey. The other fabrics are more for, one is for occasion wear, and I will tell you about that, and one is for a spring pajama. Don't know why I'm thinking about spring already, but I did. And either I'm going to sew up that green cotton jersey, or, and that would be something I should really tackle, I will start making the Ren jeans by Fiber Mode out of the beautiful leopard denim fabric. And I'm thinking about sewing this one on my Singer sewing machine, the vintage one, because this one is much more able to work with or to deal with heavy duty fabrics. And my Brother machine that you can't see behind me now is not so much the perfect machine for these types of fabrics. But also the Singer machine is one that I'm not really used to, and it sews very fast. So I'm a bit on the fence about what I should do, but I think I will definitely want to cut out the Ren jeans this week, and then just take one step at a time. That mostly helps me to tackle a project that I'm a bit afraid of. But yeah, that was everything from me for today. I hope you had a good week. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, And if you did so, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and click on the little bell notification sign. It is totally free, and I hope to see you here next week. Bye guys, take care.